video. I'm gonna reglue this binding on a Martin, which is very popular. Martins have a bad habit of the binding coming off after a while. Some do, some don't. Don't matter how expensive the guitar is. These guitars are not the most expensive Martins in the world. I also have a D35 that the binding is coming off, so I have to do that soon too. But I'm just going to show you a quick procedure here. It's pretty straightforward. You get some of this tape ready. Use the tape to hold the binding down while the glue is drying. Get some of these going here. Well, it shouldn't be a very long video. But, some might argue that the glue that I'm using is not the right glue, but if you use the tube by itself, it does get really messy and it can mess up the finish. But hopefully that's enough. But I have put one of these little guys on here to get more of a defined area, so I don't have to clean up and worry about getting mess up. And I've done it a few times like this now, and it seems to work pretty good. So as I said, the binding come loose right in here, which is typical. So what we actually need to do is heating and stretching does work also, but it'll eventually go back to normal again and pull back off for the most part. So what I do is I pull this up all the way from the beginning here, and you can see this is pulling back all the way to here. So what I do is I'll put a little strip down here so it doesn't pull all the way around, and I'll start the gluing. Very simple, straightforward. Use a little nozzle there to get it where I want it to go. You don't have to squeeze very hard, because as most of you know, this runs out pretty good. You don't have to sop it down either. Sop it down, if that's a word or not, I have no idea. So I'll do a little bit. Get a piece of tape here to hold it down. I like to do one side and then pull. And I have done these before without the little nozzle there, and made a big mess and regretted it later. I'll put this on here and leave it sit overnight and come back in the morning and take the tape off and finish it up. And by doing it this way, I don't have much of a mess at all, if any. I'm probably going to get some comments on here that you shouldn't do it that way, you ought to do it this way. And, well, I understand that there's 40,000 ways to do this kind of stuff, but this works for me, and I've done it numerous times now. And the customers are happy, and I've actually had a couple of them come back due to the parts that were not glued. They come loose, but what I've glued is still there. It's just fine. So, like I say, it works for me. Customers are happy. That's all that matters. So we'll put some more on here. Just take it a little at a time. Just enough to get on there, because it's going to squeeze around when you push it down on there. I hardly wait for the comments. If you're new to this kind of stuff and you're not sure, you might want to get a flea market or a yard sale guitar that you don't really care about. one that somebody's thrown in the trash, and try it on there. Work on it till you get it down to where you're happy with it before you do it on a nice guitar. Like I say, for some reason Martins are the biggest culprits of the binding coming off. I've never really dug in real deep as of why, or if it's the glue that they use, or the process, or just the hot humidity here in Florida. But it does happen, and it continues to happen. Put some more on here. Pretty straightforward stuff. Like I say, without that little tiny nozzle on there, whatever you want to call it, it will get messy in a hurry. But the glue works great. It melts the plastic binding, glues it to the wood, and it holds it really well. I've tried super glue before, and that wasn't a pretty sight. Got the finish on the back of the guitar kind of cloudy, and that wasn't going to work. So I've tried 2 or 3 different glues in the past, and this seems to be the best for me. Get these off of here, and I made some a little too long. Fun part here is, because of the angle of the guitar, I don't really want to move it for the camera if I don't have to. So I'm just going to spread it down here. It's going on good. Light coat. Try to keep my head out of the camera there. Get some on there. Tell you what, these bifocal glasses they stink. Let's see. Got a little dab of glue stuck on it. There we go. A little booger on it. I usually keep my glue when I store it. Of course, I put this in there and I put it in the refrigerator so it works longer. There we go. Now we got some flow going. And it will set up. It sets up pretty quick, so you don't have to work really fast, like 2 or 3 second kind of fast, but you do want to move pretty good. Sorry if my head's in the way there. Just run that glue down there, get it all taped up. Down there. Last couple pieces of tape on there, and we'll let it sit. We'll come back in the morning, check it out. Get that in there under that heel binding there. There it goes. That'll almost hold it, but I'll put a little tape on there anyway. Put one here real quick just to be sure. Doesn't hurt to be a little bit over taped. All right, y'all. There she is. It's all glued up. Put my little toothpick in here, put the glue back in the fridge, come back in the morning with a continuation video, show you how it looks afterwards. See you in a few hours. All right, here we are next morning. Set up for overnight. Pull the tape off here. See what it looks like. Like I say, it's pretty simple procedure with that little, I call it a whippet nozzle. Usually you get those that go on the end of a super glue tube. But what I did was heated it up and stretched it over the Duco tube. And I don't have hardly any mess at all. A little sanding to do right there, just because I'll just clean it up with a fingernail, no big deal. Looking good. Just clean up a little bit, get a little bit of the tape residue off of there. There's not hardly any on it anyway. And that's pretty much it. Nice and solid and smooth. Got a little rough spot right there, nothing too big. Don't have too much of a gap on the side there. All right, that's it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll put up more videos here shortly. All right, guys, thanks.